So this will be like a complete different video than I usually do. I was thinking about this video for a long time now. It's Christmas Eve today, so I said like, okay, I'm going to do it today. I have like 30 minutes to talk about it, and after that I'm going to family. So yeah, I quit my job and I started doing FPV full time. Yeah, not only FPV, but also like making videos for clients and photography and basically also weddings. So what I want to do in this video is like to tell you my story and how I actually got into FPV drones, into photography and like content creation and everything, because it actually kind of saved my life. That's, yeah, maybe a little dramatic, but it's true anyway, and I will tell you why. Well, if I think about it, 15 or 16 years ago, this all started with some friends. We we started like recording songs. We had like some recording studio. We started like making some rap music and this and that. I mean, it was just stupid, you know. We were like teens, and all these rappers like Lil Wayne came up and whatever, and we really want to like make music, and we did everything ourselves. So we recorded it, we made video clips. I don't have those clips anymore. They were on some YouTube channel, but I hid all the videos and I forgot the password. I'm not lying. I would actually love to see those videos again, but a couple of years ago I still got into that channel, but I can't find it anymore. And that's how I started, basically, like making videos, like shooting clips. After that I stopped like rapping, and then I started basically making rap videos for other guys, like helping them recording stuff, and I really liked it. It was with the old camera. And oh yeah, even before that, I skateboarded when I was younger, and that was where it actually started. Now I think about it, was when we recorded like our skate sessions, Yeah, we sucked, but it was really fun to do that with friends. So yeah, I mean, that's where I started like editing our first clips. That was all when I lived in Belgium, because when I was a kid, we moved to Belgium. I lived there with my parents. And when I was 22, I moved to Slovakia because I'm from Slovakia. I was born here. Well, I actually did my school and I graduated in Belgium, but I always wanted to live in Slovakia. So yeah, I moved back. Then for a lot of years, I didn't really care anymore about videos. So I didn't have a camera, I didn't have nothing. Just on one random evening in 2018, I think it was, I just said to myself, like, I want a camera. So I went on some second-hand website and I bought a camera again. It was some Samsung, I cannot remember it anymore, I should look it up. And it was a mirrorless camera, basically. And I fell in love with it, I started like taking pictures of everything. I took it everywhere with me. I tried all kinds of lenses. It was like a real speed run that I suddenly did, and I learned a lot in a couple of months. And then I had the idea, like, let's take photos of cars. And I have a really nice car now still. I have it for a long time, but I got my Audi A5, and that's where I started, just taking pictures of my own car. And I posted them online, and some people were like, okay, those pictures are really nice. So I started like asking people if they would like to have some photos taken of their car, and that's how it all started again. So I just actually met up with friends, went to car meets, and took as many photos as I could, just to like learn new stuff. This went on for like 6 months, I think, that I was only like taking photos of cars with a camera. Basically, how I got into drones was when a friend, he wanted a DJI Spark, and the Spark just came out, and it was like, whoa, okay, this is really cool, really small drone, this and that. But it was pretty expensive back then. So I remember that he bought a Phantom 3, and I went with him. We tried it on a field, and I really liked it. I never seen a drone like staying in a place, like, like somewhere above a field. It was unreal back then, because I just saw it on TV. I never saw drones in real life, basically. And even before that, he bought some toy drone. It was really funny. We bought it actually from a kid. It was probably like 10 years old, and it was stupid. That thing couldn't fly. It was really, really, yeah, nothing compared to real drones, you know. And then, yeah, then he got the Phantom. So that's the first time that I tried it, and the noise that it made, it was like really, if you wanted to fly it somewhere, like it was not really friendly for the people around you. Then later, like a year or something, I also got interested in drones. So I also bought a Phantom 3. The Phantom, I had it, I think, for 2 months. Yeah, you know, I started like taking pictures of cars with it and from above, like, you know, and I tried it, and then I went to like some castles here in Slovakia to take photos, you know, and I really loved it. I was really in love with the drone. So yeah, and then I sold it. I bought the Mavic, the first one, the Mavic Pro. So I had that one. I went to Croatia on a vacation, and I had the drone with me, and that was like the first time that I really got a real nice drone, got some really nice photos with it and everything. And then basically I sold it when I came back from Croatia, and I bought the Sony A7. That was my like first like, whoa, real camera, you know. So I sold the drone for the Sony A7 because I think I paid for the Sony A7 back then 1,200 euros or something. So that was a lot of money, you know, like when I was starting out with that, because I didn't make anything from it. Of course, yeah, you know, it was just a hobby. Then later I went on for, I think, 3 years, from 2018, no, it was 2 years. From 2018 to 2020, I didn't have a drone. And then basically here comes the story that was not so nice. Yeah, I got cancer in 2020. And yeah, during my chemo and everything, like, you know, when I was sick, I needed something like to keep my mind busy, you know, to not think about it a lot, because I went to chemotherapy and I was at home alone and everything. And then I just, like, the DJI Mini just came out, you know. And when the DJI Mini came out, I was like, okay, I want this drone. So I bought it. It was COVID, so I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I tried not to shoot also a lot of cars because I would have to be in contact with people. And that was also a problem because my immunity was so low. So I was scared, like during COVID, you know, that I would get COVID with the chemotherapy and everything. It wouldn't be so good for me. So therefore, what I did was I got the Mavic Mini. And with the Mavic Mini, I went everywhere in the nature. I got an iPad, I got the Mavic, and I just went somewhere like whatever, to some forest, to some castles, whatever, and took some photos of it, edited it on my iPad in my car, completely on my own. But that was basically how I said it kind of saved my life. Because, you know, I was like always busy with something. I wasn't like thinking about the cancer and everything. So yeah, I can say that the drone saved my life, and that's where it all started. And yeah, I always say that it was a really sucky time for me, but I'm also grateful because my life wouldn't be like it is now if it didn't happen. I mean, yeah, it's weird to say it like that, but it's the truth, and that's how I see it. So yeah, I mean, that's how I got back into drones. And yeah, I got the Mavic Mini. After that, I got the first DJI Air. And then in 2021, I had some money like on the side, you know, and I was like, I want to try FPV because I saw FPV on TV. Like, the first person that I saw was Johnny FPV flying in Miami. The video on YouTube, and that was the first video that I saw, and I was like, whoa, how can he fly like that? You know, like me as a Mavic pilot, I already thought that the Mavic was pretty hard and stressful, you know, this and that. I also thought always like, yeah, the FPV is like probably like from some rich kids that get like 10 drones from their parents for Christmas and whatever. And yeah, I didn't know that it was so affordable to start. Like, not really affordable, but that it was much less and that these drones were repairable. So I wrote like in a local FPV group here in Slovakia if there would be someone who would like to show me like his FPV drone so I can see it in real life. I want to ask him some questions if I want to start with it. And yeah, then I think that was like on a Friday or something. Yeah, and then Shimon, Pop FPV, he wrote me like, together with Bruno, that's another friend. Like if I want, I can come and join them. They were flying somewhere in the city, like in some park. And I said like, okay, I will be there like in 10 minutes. So I went over there. They showed me their FPV drones. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is crazy. This is really nice how they were flying. And I always thought like, yeah, the videos that I saw on the internet, like this is also from some guys from America that probably can only fly like this, like, you know, there, and it's not possible to learn this. And I was really, really impressed. And yeah, I said like, okay, I'm going to sell my DJI Air. So that's the next thing that I did, put it online, like I'm selling it. And that was on a Sunday, and by Wednesday I already had like a complete FPV kit, like with everything. I had the drone ordered already, I had the goggles, Bruno, he lent me a remote so I could start like practicing in the simulator. Yeah, my first FPV drone was the iFlight Nazgul back then, like an analog still, but because yeah, DJI was really expensive and the Carex Vista wasn't really available back then. And yeah, so I started, it was summer 2021, and I loved it. I mean, like, okay, the first time that I went flying, I destroyed the drone completely. Like, I bent my VTX, I destroyed batteries, and yeah, I had to do like more simulator because it was really bad when I started. And yeah, it went on like that, I think now, and like we went to fly like every single day in the summer, then in the winter also. That was actually like probably the nicest, like from 21 to summer or the end of 22 was basically my nicest year. I mean, so many people that I met, so many cool things, because everything was new and FPV wasn't so mainstream like it is now, like everyone does it. And there were so many things that you could do, like all these castles and fields and everything. It was so nice, and there were so many things like to learn still. And yeah, it kind of sucks that now it got really, really mainstream, although it was already a little bit back then. Also now to start with FPV it was never easier, because all these BNFs, DJI and Walksnail and everyone, it's yeah, it's a shitstorm. And I don't know, I enjoy it less than I did back then. Also maybe because it became a job, but I will tell you how that started. But yeah, for me, my first paying job, but for me, like my first job was in 2022 in the summer. That was like basically the first time that I got some money for FPV. It was, yeah, not much. I think, yeah, in the beginning I got maybe like 50 euros or something. And then it started getting better and better because my Instagram started growing. I brought my Instagram like to 140K followers. Now it dropped already because, yeah, I don't know, Instagram, the algorithm is really, really bad. And like I said, for FPV, because it's just too mainstream, it's not that interesting anymore. But I don't care, because for my local market it is. That's how it all started. Like I started to earn money. I started to work like for some drift events, then to all kinds of different stuff that people called me, like to come shoot for some video clip. Then I went like to some ski resorts. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, I did really, really cool things. Also a lot of things that I don't have anywhere and that I cannot share, because yeah, those were like for companies and corporates, you know, and I cannot show those. So a lot of these videos are just offline also. So yeah, I'm not showing everything, of course. Well, and then basically I said like, okay, and I want to do also camera work, because I had my A7, but the A7 was not really good for video, because yeah, it's not even 4K. I have the A7 III and the ZV-E10 now. Okay, they are both 8-bit, but I love those cameras. For me, they are more than enough. I mean, the A7 III is an amazing camera, so I really love it. I don't want to switch now because it does everything that I need from it. But yeah, then when I got the A7 III, then I started like shooting a lot more like handheld footage, like, you know, gimbals and all kinds of stuff. And that's where the money like started coming in, you know, and I got more and more like these jobs. Then I got some weddings, then some corporate videos, then all kinds of promotional videos for some shops, for yeah, for whoever, you know. And I mean, that's actually like when I said like, okay, this can be maybe my job, like my full-time job. And I went like this from from 2022 until now, 24. Like I also worked in a company in Bratislava, and there it was just a corporate, you know, office job, like financial. And yeah, I mean, I hated it. I really, really hated it because I was working like from 9 to 5, then I had like 1 hour like break, and after that from 6 to midnight or whatever I was working on my videos, like on my FPV stuff. And then I told myself like, okay, I can go on like this. So I always said like, okay, next year, next year, next year. But you know, you always say like, okay, you will always say next year. And then in the summer of 2024, I said like, yeah, okay, I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to some other company. So I quit the job that I did for 5 years in July. So I was basically home in August. So the whole month of August I was at home. And then I realized like, okay, I can probably make more money in this month while I'm free every single day for my clients, not only during the weekends. And if I was working, I had to like take a day off so I could go to a client. And you know, that was like also these clients, they see it, you know, like they call you like, yeah, I would need some videos from you. And you go like, okay, I have to ask my boss if I get a day off. And there it starts, you know, they were like, yeah, okay, we cannot count on them every day. And it's scary, like quitting your job and saying like, okay, I'm going to do this full time, but it's the only way how you can make your company work. And I have a house, I have a mortgage, I have everything that I have to pay, and maybe some of the months will be really hard, but I don't care about it at this point. I just want to do this for the rest of my life. And yeah, and how it actually went, and in September, I went to another company. I started there on Monday, like on the 2nd of September, I think. And on Friday I quit and I said like, okay, I'm done. I'm going full time. I'm going to quit this. I'm not going to be unhappy again because I was super, super unhappy in this corporate office job. I was mean to people. I ruined a lot of stuff just because I was like being like the worst version of myself, you know? And that was in September. So I stopped working there, and now since September I'm at home. I'm working on some cool projects. I'm getting to new clients. I have now some clients that are actually like on some kind of contract with me, so that I make like Instagram reels for them, and they pay me just monthly then. And you know, it's being really, really nice. And that's what I'm now working towards, you know, like to have like really good relationships with my clients. And yeah, for FPV, I mean, it's been really nice. I have now like a couple of jobs coming up, like really cool jobs for like bigger companies, like probably in February. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, I think this will be my job for the rest of my life. I don't want to do anything else anymore. Although I think that maybe FPV is a little bit now, like I said, mainstream, still enough clients for it, but mostly I'm now also working with camera and gimbal and doing weddings and doing some corporate stuff because that's the thing that actually gets the money in. Like FPV is more fun, but yeah, these like corporate videos are the money makers. Yeah, and also one thing like for drones, I think that the DJI drones like the Mavic and so are now a little bit more popular. Like yeah, for like commercials, it's really cool for FPV, like do some fly through some building or whatever. But like 90% of the videos, like, you know, like for video production companies and, you know, like commercial for TV ads, it's mostly Mavic. So yeah, I also got a new DJI Air 3 now. So I'm also using that one. Also, I got my license for the specific category from EASA, so I can fly my FPV drones basically everywhere. Well, I will see where this will get me, and I really, really hope that, yeah, that this will work out, but I'm actually not really scared of that anymore. Like I said, some months will probably be hard, but yeah, I mean, the first year, no vacations, probably no really like enjoying my life like I used to when I had 2 jobs. But the thing is, sometimes you have to go 1 step back to go 2 steps forward, you know. So yeah, that's that. So I will keep you updated. If you like this kind of video, like where I talk a little bit about stuff, let me know, and I can make more of these videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye, see ya.